Rising petrol and diesel prices in India. Now, how it actually happens and what is the logic behind it? So, in very simple terms, we would be understanding the basis of price mechanism. Now, this price mechanism is firstly governed by TPP, which is trade parity price. Along with that, we have certain additional costs that are there. So, before we begin with the additional cost, let's understand the TPP concept or the trade parity price. What happens is, in India we have three major PSUs, that is Indian Oil, then we have the IOC, Indian Oil, that is the IOC, we have the HPCL and the BPCL as three of the major PSUs which are into the petroleum sector or the PSU refineries that are there. Under trade parity price system, there is a simple mechanism which assumes that 80% of the oil is imported into India and only 20% of it is exported from India. So you have 80% which is imported and 20% which is exported. Now, since we are taking into account the export and the import, we are not deciding the prices based on the crude oil price itself. Rather, it is governed by the price in the international market. So we are affected by the price change in the international market, and since we are affected by the price change in the international market, there is always a demand supply equilibrium that we have talked in economics that works. And again, TPP is affected by the rate of change of dollars versus rupees. That means the conversion comes into account. So the TPP in dollars is converted into rupees. If the rupees is weak, what would happen? The TPP would increase and the prices in India would be higher. So that is one of the questions that have been alleged by a lot of scholars and have been criticized for the TPP policy. But it's not just the TPP. What else besides TPP has been added? So this is a table which represents the price of petroleum in Delhi as on 1st February 2021. However, recently we have witnessed price surge to a much higher level, reaching around 90 plus. Now what happens here is the base price as has been determined by the TPP is 29.34. Then there is an additional cost of transport, the cost that the dealer incurs and the commission that the dealer has. Now the commission of the dealer and the cost of the dealer is added. Besides that, we have the excise duty and VAT. Now excise duty is important. Now what is excise duty here? So far the excise duty was 39% for petroleum, then it was 42.5% for diesel. Later on it was increased, the excise was raised by rupees 2 per litre, and then it was further raised by rupees 3. So by rupees 2 it was raised in 2019, by rupees 3 it was raised again in 2020. But recently in the recent budget, we have seen a farm cess that would be added. Now the farm cess that would be added would be 2.5 per litre on the petrol and 4 per litre on the diesel. However, this cost an individual buyer like us won't have to be borne with. The cost would be adjusted into the excise duty, but there is a major difference that we need to understand. Since it's a farm cess, so all the proportion of money from the cess would be going directly to the center itself. So that is very, very important to understand. And then we have the total cost that would be there. So definitely on the top of the base price, we have numerous things that are added. It talks about the cost, the margins, the commissions, the dealer and the taxes that are there. Now, starting 2017, there was a new concept that rolled out, and that was daily pricing mechanism. What happens? Previously, the petroleum prices were revised after every 15 days. So after every 1st to 15 days, on the 16th of every month, there was a revision in the price that was seen. However, after mid of July, 2017, we have a daily price mechanism that has come into effect. Now, daily price mechanism says that the price would be revised at 6 a.m. every morning, and this would be the rolling average of the international rate for 15 days. So, the 15 days international rolling average rate would be taken into account to determine the daily price. Now, this has been very important, because before this dynamic system, the daily price mechanism, which is a dynamic system since it is updated every morning, this dynamic system was introduced. This dynamic system, the previous system, which was based on the average of the 15 days, basically was protested because the prices were controlled by the government and it impacted the competition. Customers also did not have choice to choose the petroleum. Now, since the price vary, the customer or the consumer has a choice to choose the individual petroleum unit that they want. Now, what should be done to help the customer? As we said, India imports most of the oil needs. Under the TPP, we consider that 80% of oil is imported and only 20% is exported, and based on that, we try to determine our rate based on the international market. However, the fact is that we are already self-sufficient with petroleum and diesel production. The TPP mechanism, the trade parity pricing mechanism, has been criticized because firstly, it is believed that the three PSUs that we have talked about, the HPCL, BPCL and the IOC, have formed a cartel and they are charging nearly the same price despite of the fact that the cost efficiencies, the cost structures are different for all the three PSUs, and the next important thing is it is considered as a decontrolled fuel because of so many variation in the prices that have been seen. Now, based on that, what could be done to help the customer? To help the customer, we can have a transparent pricing system. Now, a transparent pricing system would be based on what? It would be based on the market prices. So, market principle or market pricing would be taken into account, and that would make customers, that would be much more helpful and beneficial for the customers. Now, when it comes to the impact of price rise, we as a common man simply think that if there is a price rise, we'll have to pay more for the petroleum and our cost of living would increase. No, that is not the right thing. We need to think about the fact that this price hike would also have an impact on the goods and services. It's not just a personal vehicle that is being driven would be affected, but all the goods and services coming into the market would be affected, since fuel play a important and a vital role in the economy of the nation. So what would happen? This is set to lead to inflation. Inflation is already on its way, and with this price rise that would be seen for petroleum, this inflation process would be further geared up. So, the impact of the price rise for petroleum and diesel does not hold true just for an individual customer who is concerned about the personal transportation cost or the transportation charges, but it is much beyond that. On a global picture, on a bigger picture, we understand that economy would be affected because the prices of the goods and the services would further increase, and this would gear up the inflation which is already on the move. So that was about the price system of petroleum and oil, a very important topic, very relevant topic as of today. We would be covering many more interesting lectures for you. Have a great day ahead.